All right, what's in your tap water? It may not be what you think. So today I'm going to go through how to find out what's in your tap water and by U.S. zip code. There's a really cool website that I have on the screen there. It's something I just discovered. I really dig it. Any zip code in the United States, you can figure out what's your water supply company is doing or was supplying, what kind of things might be in that water. So I'm going to show you some examples of some cities on the West Coast. Then I'm going to show you ways you can get rid of these contaminants and what the site recommends. It's a very good website. They have an app. If you're into buying cosmetics for yourself, you can use their app to see what's good and what's green and what's good for you, what's not, what's cruelty free, et cetera, et cetera. But this is going to focus on the part of their website which is about water and the water supplies companies, what their test results show and what's in that water. So if you go to ewg.org, you look at consumer guides, you click on that consumer guides right here, and you'll see tap water database. And then go ahead and click on tap water database. Let's see here. There we go. Now you enter a zip code. So I already got some cities here. We're going to start up in, let's go and start up in New York. New York claims they have the best water. They're serving 9 million people, as you see right here on the screen, and they have found 10 contaminants. This is how this works: 10 contaminants that are legal but not necessarily safe. Getting a passing grade from the federal government does not mean the water meets the latest health guidelines. Legal limits for contaminants in tap water have not been updated in almost 20 years. The best way to ensure clean tap water is to keep pollution out of source water in the first place. So basically, once you put in your zip code and you get to your system, you'll see that down below as you scroll down, you see there's 10 that exceed EWG guidelines. You scroll down and you'll see those items. In this case, you have dioxane, no legal limit, chlorate, chromium, manganese, all these here, nitrates, nitrate, and nitrite, strontium. These are the 8 that are exceeding health guidelines. And there's also 18 total. There's 8 more that are, if you look here, you'll see these are the ones that exceed the guidelines as you look at your zip code. Then you'll see up here to the right, other detected. That'll be the other, I think it's 10 we're looking for. That's right here. You'll see all these in here: perfluoride, heptanoic acid. There's PFAS, also known as forever chemicals. You should see typically fluoride in here, etc. And as you look at each report, you'll see 18 total contaminants, 10 that exceed. When you look at these 10 that exceed, I see 8 here, but let me see here. Let me see if I, oh, here we go. Excuse me. Contaminants detected exceeded guidelines. There's 10 right here. You'll see how to read this is if a contaminant is in here, and most of the time you'll see what's crazy is that you'll see most of the time it's the wonderful C word is the potential effect in almost every item. Typically, it's every item. And what you'll see is in this utility in this water company, they're providing in that water 4.4 parts per billion, of which there's no legal limit. The EWG has a limit of 0.06 parts per billion, and this is exceeding it by 73 times. And you'll see the chloroform. Remember, and I don't know if you remember old TV shows where people would go up to someone else with chloroform and make them pass out so they can kidnap them. That's in the water. 80 times the EWG health guideline of zero point 0.4 parts per billion. This utility is providing 32.1 parts per billion, which is an 80 times factor. Going down here, haloacetic acids is 379 times. Legal limit 60 parts per billion, and they're providing 37.9 parts per billion. So you can see all these different limits being exceeded by these 10. When you click on other detected, that's when you see the other. I had it backwards. So others detected are these ones here. So the simple thing to do is once you see what's in your water and you're nice and surprised, you can scroll down. Well, let me go through the different cities. This New York City system is surface water, all right? Let's go to the next city, and then we're going to show at the end how to resolve this situation. Seattle. Let's go all the way across the country back to Seattle, Washington. Here we have 9 contaminants exceed health guidelines and 22 total. Once you scroll down, you see the contaminants detected, 9 right here. The typical chloroform again. Haloacetic acid is very popular. Another one, here we go, 455X. Another one here is 321. So those are the big offenders. And if you go to the others detected, you see all the others here. Okay. Let's go down the coast. Let's go to Portland. Portland Water Bureau. By the way, New York was surface water. Seattle, surface water. Portland Water Bureau, surface water. You're going to see that in common with all of these examples except one. Portland looks like it has a little bit better water. 4 exceed health guidelines of 14 that they have detected. So here's 4 here. Arsenic. Arsenic's very popular as we go through all these, and you'll see it's very related to the big C word here. Haloacetic is also there as usual, and of the few they have in Portland. And others detected, we've got a lot of nitrate, nitrite, nitrate, fluoride. Fluoride's a big one there. Actually, it's very small, 0.0767 parts per million. That's a nice small number. Okay, so let's go to the next city. Where we at? San Francisco City Water System purchased surface water. They serve 800,000. 13 total contaminants, 5 of which are right here. Haloacetic again. Everything's affecting potentially the C word. What else is detected? There's 2, 4, 6, 8 more. Aluminum, manganese, chlorate, chromium, fluoride. Almost 1 part per million here. That's 0.7 actually. Okay, that's San Francisco. Let's go to the next major city. Let's go to Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills, also surface water. This one's very interesting. This is a very huge amount of contaminants in their water. I was very surprised to see this. 15 of which exceed health guidelines. That's these here. Arsenic, bromate, bromoform. I mean, look at all these. Chloroform, 16X. The haloacetics, a little bit lower than the previous, but they're still 238 times the health guideline. Haloacetic acid, HAA5 here is legal limit 60 parts per billion, and that's 12, so it's 121x the EWG health guideline there. And what else is in that water? Others detected. We've got, 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19. I mean, they have a lot of stuff in that water in Beverly Hills. You would think it wouldn't be like that, but there you go, almost 0.7 fluoride. Aluminum, chromium, a lot of things there. That's Beverly Hills Water Department, 34 total. That's the one I found the most of all these examples. Let's go to Long Beach, 30. Purchased surface water. What do we got here? We've got arsenic. All of these, as I've given as examples, chloroform again, potential effect is typically the C word in all of these examples. 4, 8, 12 that exceed guidelines here in Long Beach, and others detected of that. What is it? I said 30. Let me look at all these, and these are the forever chemicals here. All right, so this is a good example, and there's fluoride at 0.5, pretty much parts per million. This is a good example of how to look up your zip code and find out your water department. Let's go down to San Diego. Let's finish the whole West Coast. Also, surface water, 30 total contaminants, just like Long Beach. 16 exceed health guideline, as you see on the screen. Chloroform again. Any reason why we're falling asleep in class? All right. Or while you're doing athletics. So on the subject of getting this stuff out of your water, we're going to find out. We're going to do one last one here. This is the one that happens to be mine. I just feel very lucky that I dwell in a place, the only one of all the West Coast that has groundwater. How about that? I can really appreciate that. 6 exceed health guidelines, 13 total. Here's the 6 that exceed. I'm not happy about anything exceeding, believe me. Especially the PFAS over here, you see 4.7x. A couple years ago, these were not detected. Now you can see as they are 21x, 1,084 for PFOA. Not cool. And I'll tell you how I solved it. How I solved it in my house. And let's go here to others detected. fluoride, point. I think they claim 0.3, but I've seen the reports. I've gotten the reports from my city. You can request the water report from your own city. You just deal with them in the email or give them a phone call, and they'll send it to you. So these are not cool things right here to have in there either. So as an example, at this page, scroll down, or any page where you find your water contaminants, you scroll down farther and you can find out how you can remove these things. Water filters that can reduce contaminant levels. Here you have activated carbon. I mentioned in my other video that I've used faucet adapters and pitchers. That's basically just carbon. You can see that using a carbon activated filter, like your refrigerator filter, this will take out these items here. It's claiming, okay, some of the forever chemicals you see, the P words there, and also down here. But it doesn't take out everything. It doesn't take out the nitrate, nitrite, doesn't take out the fluoride, doesn't take out this other long word, NDMA. So what I ended up doing, as I showed in my other video, I put in a reverse osmosis system, and you can see straight down the list, all the way down. Reverse osmosis is the answer. It's either that, or you can do what's called ion exchange to get rid of only a few. The ion exchange is a water softener. So that's basically a shorthand way of getting rid of some things, but it's mostly the hardness you're exchanging for soft water in the ion exchange. Reverse osmosis seems to be the end all when it comes to getting rid of everything and making your water as pure as possible. To that water, you add your sea salt back, 1/4 teaspoon per quart, and now you're back in business. So that's it. I will make another video on how I went ahead and put my system together. I have a 7-stage system. I have a whole house filtration system where I did 7 stages. I'll flash a picture of that on the screen in the next video, one I'm about to make sooner or later, and you'll see the entire household. But depending on where you are, back to the idea here is that you can get safe drinking water when you get a reverse osmosis system, put it under your sink, or make an adaptable one for the top of your sink that goes right to your faucet. Very inexpensive. That's the least entry, where you adapt to your faucet and you just make it out of this filter system that you just aim at your pitcher or aim at your container for your water. It takes a while to fill up. Then there's quicker ones that have tanks that go under your sink. They cost a couple $100. And then you have the one I have, which I think costs the most because it's the fastest delivery of water. You don't have to wait long for the bladder to fill up inside the tank. So there's a lot of spectrum of price range, but I think it's highly affordable at the least entry. And I'll make one video that shows the website I recommend and all the filters I recommend. Look out for that next. But just a quick video here on how to find out what's in your water and do something about it. All right, have a good day out there.